So students, I told you that today I'm going to upload all the videos of previous year's question answers and the solutions. So today I'm going to start part B question and this answers of December 2017. That's first question, 21 number question, part B. That is the first true statements. I told you that I mentioned only the true statements, so keep in your mind only the correct and true options. Okay, so the amino acid isoleucine has two carbons are chiral at chiral centers, means amino acid isoleucine has two chiral centers. Okay, next statements, next true statement, pi means isoelectric point of aspartic acid is 3.0 and isoelectric point of glutamic acid 3.2. Keep in your mind, this is also true statements. Next, sugar contribute chirality of nucleic acids, means in case of nucleic acid, sugar only contribute the chirality. Okay, so these three statements are correct. Keep in your mind and memorize these three options, these three correct options. Next, question number 22. Allosteric enzymes functions through reversible non-covalent binding of allosteric modulators or effectors, means allosteric enzymes and their modulators and effectors binding are reversible non-covalent. Okay, okay, this is also true statement. Keep in your mind, monoclonal antibodies that catalyze hydrolysis of esters carbonates can be produced. Okay, keep in your mind, this is also true statements. Monoclonal antibodies also can be used as enzyme. Okay, enzymes are inhibited irreversibly by heavy metals such as Hg2 plus Ag plus. Okay, this is third true statement. Next true statement, fourth number, acid phosphatases hydrolyze biological phosphatase esters at pH 50. So these are the two statements. Okay, write down in your copy and try to memorize these all the options and try to memorize all time these all the true options. Okay, because in net exam, or if you know all the true statements, that will give you a huge idea and you will get the proper idea. Okay, and you know that these are the true options and try to memorize that, your life science idea will be clear, everything. Okay, now I'm coming to the question number 23. That question number 23, it is said that ATP and citrate level increased, means when ATP and citrate levels are getting increased in an erythrocyte undergoing glycolysis. That means when in case of erythrocyte glycolysis is going on, at that time ATP and citrate level is increased. Okay, मीन्स अगर एटीपी एंड साइट्रेट लेवल इंक्रीज हो जाएगा एरिथ्रोसाइट में, जब कोई एरिथ्रोसाइट ग्लाइकोलाइसिस में ग्लाइकोलाइसिस कर रहा है, ठीक है, तो क्या होगा उस टाइम पे, दैट मीन्स इट इनहिबिट्स ग्लाइकोलाइसिस, मीन्स ये ग्लाइकोलाइसिस को बंद कर देगा. दैट मीन्स हाई लेवल ऑफ एटीपी एंड साइट्रेट विल इनहिबिट द ग्लाइकोलाइसिस, मीन्स ये बंद कर देगा ग्लाइकोलाइसिस को. ठीक है, then I'm coming to the question number 24. Phi and psi values of beta strand composed of all D amino acid. Okay, keep in your mind, this is also a true statement. Means phi and psi values of a beta strand composed of all D amino acids. Okay, means for D amino acid the graph will be Ramachandran plot. That graph will be like this, means here this side alpha, here beta, and here alpha, means both sides alpha, here beta strand over here. If you see the L amino acid, means if all the amino acids L amino acid, that will be like this, here alpha, this side beta, and beta here alpha. Okay, keep in your mind. Then I'm coming to the question number 25, that in GPCR pathway, you know GPCR signaling pathway, तो इसमें क्या होगा, GPCR pathway, in GPCR pathway PIP2 will be broken down by PLC, phospholipase C, and it will produce the IP3 and DAG, secondary messengers. Okay, you know that. Now I'm coming to the next one, that next question, that is a question number 26. Two statements are interchromatin granule clusters nucleolus nucleus. That means interchromatin granule clusters and nucleolus, that is present where? In nucleus. Understand? Causal body present where? Causal body present in metabolic active cell, cancer cell and stem cell. Okay. Then coming to the P bodies present in cytosol. Cytosol, that is all the true statements. Okay, keep in your mind. Okay, next question number 27. I told you I'll just written all the true statements. DNA winds approximately 1.65 times, okay, around the nucleosome. Next point, next true statement: covalent modification of histones influence chromatin compaction. Yes, that is also right. Yes, covalent modification of histones influence also chromatin compaction. Then I'm coming to non-histone proteins are part of mitotic chromosome. Yes, right. This is right. Next, I'm coming to the question number 28. That is metaphase from metaphase to anaphase. That stage, that one stage will be converted to another stage. Metaphase will be converted to anaphase when the degradation of cyclin B1 will happen. Okay, when degradation of cyclin B1 will happen. Okay. Next, coming to destruction box. Cyclin B1 means a destruction box of cyclin B1. Cyclin B1 will be degraded by ubiquitination. The MPF antibody go slow. Okay. That means when the destruction of the cyclin B1 by ubiquitination, that will slow the activity of MPF, maturation promoting factor. Okay. Next, I'm coming to 29 number question. A gene with two different promoters for expression in different conditions. That is a true statement. Means a gene with two different promoters for expression in different conditions. Yes, that may be possible. Expression of anti-sigma factors. Use of different sigma factors for transcription of genes. Okay, this is also correct. Next, I'm coming to the expression of same alpha 1 beta and beta dash subunits of RNA polymerase. Means same expression, means expression of alpha 1 B and beta dash. That expression will be same, not alternative. Okay, that they will be same. Okay, these are all two statements. Keep in your mind. Okay. Next, I'm coming to the question number 30. Question number 30 means two statements are C1 protein in lambda phase. That means C1 protein in lambda phase acts as both activator for itself and repress the another. Means C1 protein acts as both activator and repressor. Okay. Next, I'm coming to the question number 31. True statement means transcription factor 2 H activity. Transcription factor 2H activity means promoter clearance. Okay, keep in your mind. Then that is a you need to memorize the sequence DABFEH. So transcription factor D will come first. So that transcription factor D will come first, then transcription factor A, then transcription factor B, then transcription factor F, then E, then H. What is the role of transcription factor F? That bind RNA polymerase. Okay. Then transcription factor E will come and H will come. Then what is the activity of transcription factor H? That is promoter clearance. Okay. Next, I'm coming to the question number 32. That 32 question what actually telling that, that that you know that that is the main thing, that is a eukaryotic initiation factor 2 alpha. Okay, when that is influenced by different factors. Okay, the par k hr1, then pkr gcn2. Okay, so gcn2 will influence that when which condition, when uv radiation will be there, amino acid availability will be, means that conditions will be there, then gcn2 will influence the eukaryotic initiation factor 2 alpha. You know that that type of question will come. Then viral infection and double stranded rna will produce the protein kinase r, and that will influence that eukaryotic initiation factor 2. Then hr1, that is a heat shock or osmotic shock, that will produce that hr1 factor, that will influence that one. Then ER hypoxia condition, endoplasmic reticulum, the hypoxia condition will produce the PRK factor, and that will influence this eukaryotic initiation factor 2 alpha. Okay, all add phosphate means all these conditions will influence and will the add phosphate group on eukaryotic initiation factor 2 alpha. Okay, that phosphate group that will add. Okay, next, result in inhibit the protein synthesis. Okay, means as a result the protein synthesis will be stopped, because the EIF2 alpha, that is a phosphate added EIF2 alpha sequestered EIF2B. Okay, that means if EIF2B is not it is sequestered, is captured by EIF2 alpha, then the protein synthesis will not be there, you know. So if all the situations will induce the phosphorylation of EIF2 alpha, then EIF2 alpha will be phosphorylated and it will sequester, means it will capture EIF2 beta. And if EIF2 beta is captured, means that is not right now present EIF2 beta 2b, then the protein synthesis will be stopped. Okay, so that questions will come from that portions. Okay, now question number 33. RTK, that is a receptor of EGF, PDGF and insulin. Keep in your mind, sometime question may come. RTK, receptor tyrosine kinase, these are the receptors of EGF factor, PDGF factor and insulin. Okay, then transferrin present more in the metabolically active cell and cancer cell. Keep in your mind, this type of these are also two true statements. These are all the true statements I am writing, because I told you that I never written any wrong options. Okay, keep in your mind everything. Transferrin present more in metabolically active cell and cancer cell. Transferrin means those transfer the iron, okay, so that's why the transferrin present, because cancer cell and that metabolically active cell need more iron, so that's why they need more transferrin. Then question 34, patch receptor and binding partner is Hedgehog protein, means patch receptor binding partner is Hedgehog protein. Hedgehog protein is binding with the patch receptor. Okay, then 35, question number 35, the that junctions which tether the cytoskeletal filaments inside the cell are known as anchoring junctions. Okay, anchoring junctions means junctions which tether the cytoskeletal filaments inside the cell at anchoring junction. Keep in mind. Then question number 36, classical complementation fixation pathway, that is a classical complementation pathway fixation pathway, that is IgG. Okay,